Alright guys, this is our weekly solo players walkthrough guide to the Nightfall with the Hunter variant. If you need a Titan or a Warlock guide, look in the description box below. Both of those are ready for your viewing pleasure. Also, if you need a Challenge of Elders guide, that is also in the description box below. But this week's Nightfall strike is the Shield Brothers. Not very hard, maybe a little bit hard, depending on how you go. But anyways, let's go ahead and go over the modifiers, and then we'll hit up the setup and we'll go straight into the guide. Modifiers include heavily shielded and highly aggressive enemies appear in great numbers. This is going to be on every single Nightfall, including Daybreak strikes. They just throw it into the Daybreak modifier, which should be this coming Tuesday, if I remember correctly. So look forward to that. Void burn from any source is greatly increased. In this entire strike, you are the only one doing void damage, except for one's taken Centurion, which throws those void orbs, but who cares. Brawler Guardian melee damage is greatly increased. Grounded players take more damage while airborne, and Ironclad, more enemies have shields, which just means that Scions have shields, which gets a little annoying at times. As far as setup goes, Atheon's Epilogue, though if you have the Wrath of the Machine Pulse, Steel Medulla, or the Doom of Chelchis from the King's Fall Adept Scout Rifle, use either of those because they have the range and they're just, I think, better in terms of this strike. I don't have those. I don't know if I'll be doing the raid this week either. Probably should though, but probably won't. Anyways, so you definitely want to use an Adept if you've got one. Devil's Dawn, Event Horizon, or Ex Machina in Void will work perfectly. I wish I had my Ex Machina in Void, but I don't yet. And then we're using Silver Dread because it was the only void weapon, heavy weapon I had on this character, and I'm too lazy. And then also, you're going to want either some boots or something with sniper rifle ammo attached to it for the tank fight, because you will want 16 shots, and I'll show you why when we get there. But as far as this goes, it's pretty much the same thing as I run every week. Shade Step to get away quicker. Lockdown, grenade and smoke effects last twice as long, allowing strong territory control. And since both of these are more for group-based activities, and this is assuming you are a solo player or just trying to solo the Nightfall, you want this for sure. Smoke, Vanish and Smoke makes you invis for a little bit, which you probably want if you're trying to solo this. Super is whatever you prefer. I like Bloodbound just because it deals more enemies to mobs of enemies. More enemies? I think I said more enemies to enemies. More damage to mobs of enemies. Jump is your... Jump and grenade are both your preference, so let's go ahead and get into the guide. Alright, so this first bit is really pretty easy. You shouldn't have too much trouble at all. Just take out these. There's about 4 or 5, maybe 6 Scions over here. Just kind of take your time. Remember, don't jump, because if you jump into that little Scion blast thing that they do, it's going to hurt a lot, and you don't want to be wasting your time here trying to get your health back. Around this corner, there's going to be 5 or 6 Legionnaires, and then to the left of you, there's also going to be another 4 or 5 Legionnaire troop things. So go ahead and take all of them out, and then across the way there's going to be a Colossus, so be careful of him. You kind of want to stick behind that wall, but you shouldn't have too much trouble doing this. So just go ahead and clean all these guys up. For the Colossus, he takes about 2 headshots and then a little bit of cleanup with your primary. As remember, you do want 16 shots if you can. If you have the ability to have an armor piece that gives you additional sniper shots, definitely be having that on, at least for this tank fight, if you can get up to 16 shots. Because each of the crit spots, or the little, I don't know what you call them, the boosters on the tank, the thrusters, that's what the word I'm trying to think of, the thrusters on the tank require 4 shots for a kill. And so as you can see, what I like to do is get the 3 shots in the mag, boom, 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 move on to the next one. In order to get away from that mega shot that the tank does, while it's spawning or whatever, while it's charging up, just get behind cover, and as you'll see, it just it stops. It's like, oh, where'd he go? As you can see, you definitely don't want that happening. As you can see, I got 1 shot left for the last one. This is the one I actually missed my shots and die in, so we're going to go ahead and skip to where you can see what a perfect run at this looks like. And that's why you want 16 shots. Once you kill the tank, go ahead and just move on to this little area. There's going to be a little bit of taking, nothing to stress out about at all. If you have your grenade, go ahead and toss it down, but if, like me in this last clip, you used it to ward off enemies from the ramp, so it gives you a little bit more time, that's alright, you don't really need it. Just make sure you just kill everything, stay in cover, don't die here, and you should be good to go. So let's go ahead and skip over to the next room. Alright, so don't grab the special thing if you have special, just because it'll also give you primary weapon ammo, and you want as much ammo for the next boss fight as possible. So like you see me here doing, just go ahead and take out the enemies. You can kind of take your time. Like as you can see, we died once and we still have just under 24 minutes left, which is awesome. I would go ahead and take all these guys out, blah, 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 and then pretty much just stay back here, take these guys out. I was really about to cry over that grenade. Probably the worst grenade I throw in this entire walkthrough. But anyways, go ahead and take all these guys out, grab the special box for your special and primary weapons to be full, and then move on to the boss fight. Alright, so once you are here, I go ahead and start it up. Go ahead and shoot that bomb right there. You don't want that going off on you later. There are 2 others, but you don't necessarily have to get those. They are kind of out of the way. But go ahead and jump over here. This is kind of like your cheese area, if you want to call it that. I don't really think so. Oh, maybe a little bit. But if you're over here, this Valis Maal will not attack you. As you can see, he's like afraid of this corner for some reason and won't attack you. So go ahead and get him down to about 3/4 health, and then just focus on these enemies. These 3 Centurion Phalanxes, Phalanxes, and then there's like 6 or 7 little Scions. Nothing to stress out about. Go ahead and take them out. I like to throw a grenade to get them weak. Now killing these guys will be a lot easier if you're using the pulse rifle or the scout rifle from King's Fall and Wrath of the Machine. But since I don't have either of those yet, I'm stuck with Atheon's Epilogue because Word of Crota is straight trash. Don't even bother with it. I tried it in my first run. Hand cannons range has killed hand cannons with any kind of like necessity for range. It's sad. It really is. Like, we're using an auto rifle over a hand cannon. That's kind of lame. But anyways, once you get him down to slightly less than half health, maybe like a little more than 1/3 health, he'll retreat, and these guys will come out. It's gonna be 2 Phalanxes. No. What are those guys? Centurions. 2 Centurions, a bunch of Legionnaires, and like 2 Phalanxes, if I remember correctly. Anyways, go ahead and run, get your ammo if you need any, and then come running right back here, because he won't be able to hurt you at all standing in the same spot. Get him down to about the same health as before. Go ahead and take these guys out. There's going to be 1 Centurion and a bunch of Legionnaires, 3 from each side, I think. Just go ahead and take them out. It's pretty easy. And then just after you kill these guys, if you want to go ahead and do another run for ammo, would be a perfect time, because you're not going to get another chance for ammo for a little while. Like, if you get the special crate, go ahead and pop that, not just for special ammo, but again for primary ammo, as it will give you full ammo. And then just head back to this spot. I like to throw a grenade usually if I have them. That way I'm not expending as much ammo as I am now getting him down. As you can see, I hadn't realized I had gotten the special crate despite seeing the indicator for a special crate. But that's whatever. Shows how little I pay attention to what I'm actually doing half the time. I think it's this wave that has the 2 major Legionnaires, which can be quite a pain. Yep, it is this one. So take them out as fast as possible. You want to take the Legions out as quickly as possible, because they are shooting rockets at you, and they hurt. Oh man, you can see they hurt. Also, before this one goes, if you have to go invis, I like to hide over here and kind of just reload all of my weapons. Usually 1 headshot will kill those major Legionnaires from your high impact sniper. You want the highest impact for that to actually happen. So your Event Horizons, Ex Machinas, and Devil's Dawns, you want to be using those snipers in Void if you have them. Another grenade fail there. But you want to get what's left of Malal's health down to about half for a final, half of what it is right now, for a final wave of enemies, which is going to have a little bit of everything in it. So just take them out as fast as possible. Like as soon as they start spawning in, you're going to want to kill them, just like so. And on that side, just go ahead and throw a grenade if you've got it. It'll help a lot with those phalanxes. The legionnaires don't really matter, they'll just jump out of it. Usually I can get like 2 or 3 of them down with a grenade, but not that time. Anyways, once they're all down, if Maul is hiding, you can do a quick mad dash for some ammo. I go invis because you don't want him spotting you too soon. And just make sure you go to the right spot. And you can see, as soon as he knows you're out of here, he's going to come running at you. So go ahead and get him down the rest of the way. Just go ahead and kill him off. Make sure all of your weapons are fully reloaded before you kill him, because you're going to get a wave coming out from behind Valistulern, whatever his name is. So as you can see, I'm getting my last little bit of ammo. I'm like, oh shoot, I went the wrong way. I think I do that a couple times. But go ahead and make sure your heavy is fully loaded. If you have a super, fantastic. So just like this, go ahead and take him out. There are going to be 2 majors in this wave of enemies. One is a Centurion, one is a Phalanx. Both are annoying. As you can see, throwing down that tether. One, so they don't attack me as hard, and 2, so it damages multiple enemies. Now I'm trying to do my best to take them down quickly. If you're invis, don't double jump because they'll hear it and it'll attract them to you. But go ahead and pick up whatever ammo you can. And just go ahead and finish off whatever enemies are left. Once you get those guys down, you should be good to go. Whoa. Alright, so now here is where it gets a little hairy. Because if you get too close to the boss, he's going to slam on you, and that hurts a lot. If you don't get close enough to him, you're hitting his shield. If you're using rockets, which I don't suggest, at least for this final boss, as you can see, you don't want to get anywhere near that. If you do get really low health, you can run back to here. He won't be able to hit you again. So it's a great place for regen and health. Go ahead and take whatever pot shots you can, and then remember, you do have to move. You have to be continuously moving, otherwise his little rockets are going to hit you and it's not going to feel good. You can see at 400 light I had a sliver of health left, so be very careful, and then pretty much just rinse and repeat. So if you're interested in rewards and seeing what I got this week, Sunrise Bounty is actually pretty nice this week. Got a very nice rolled LDR out of that. Other rewards are there. Go ahead and like the video if you found it helpful at all. Subscribe for more guides like this every single week. We get them out no later than Thursday. So if you need Titan, Warlock, Hunter guides, look in the description box below. And Challenge Voter Guide is down there too. And yeah, other than that, I'll talk to you guys later.